I can hear the dogs. I could just grab a handful of like Hershey Kisses and toss them over the fence, and nobody would be the wiser. Ooga, fucking Ooga, cunts! Welcome back to CNN, the Cunt News Network. We bring you the news that's already been brought by somebody else. Shut up, you son of the bitches!
And of course, everybody, the doggos have made their appearance for the night.
We all know that nobody would miss those dogs more than me, Brockus. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That is an accurate statement. Like, you've never met these dogs. You don't know what they look like. You don't have any kind of personal attachment to them.
No, exactly. All I have is a seething hatred for their barking. That's all I know of them is their fucking interrupting barking. And I don't even think of them as dogs anymore. They are just obstacles on a path to happiness. So they have to go.
Yeah, pretty fucking like, God damn, those dogs piss me off to no end. It's Oscar night, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are completely unaware, regardless of whether you give a fuck or not, it is Oscar night. And for those of you who are also unaware, Steven Crowder has decided to once again this year host the Oscars on his channel. And by host the Oscars, I mean he was actually having an anti-Oscars party because, much like myself, Steven Crowder and pretty much everybody at Louder with Crowder hates the Oscars.
Zero fucks.
Well, it's not that we give zero fucks. We fucking hate the Oscars. I've actually hated the Oscars for a really long time.
The Oscars. Fuck the Oscars.
I used to know the Oscars, and then I just kept seeing one questionable win after another, and it kept making me think.
None of the movies I really like are ever like in the Oscars.
That's true.
You know what?
I didn't like. I thought 12 Years a Slave was overrated. Fucking.
That's
my workplace.
Are they not going to give every Oscar possible to Black Panther or what?
They're probably
right. My workplace legit had a freaking little questionnaire to go out company wide during through our intra-company website, going, "Hey, what movies do you think should have been Oscar-winning worthy?" And yeah, it was fucking hilarious. I'm just sitting here and I'm like, that's funny that even our company in telecommunications is sitting here and going, yeah, the Oscars are fucking rigged. No shit.
Yeah, a good strong argument for the Oscars clearly being rigged. Go ahead and go back a few years for the Oscars. And go back, like, I think it was 2016? The 2016 Oscars, where the nominations for Best Makeup were Star Trek Beyond and Suicide Squad.
That's right.
And somehow
everybody got livid.
Suicide Squad fucking won.
Right?
Over Star Trek Beyond, a movie whose makeup budget made DC cream its pants.
Right.
Look, I'm not saying Star Trek Beyond was a good fucking movie, and I'm not saying that Star Trek Beyond really rightfully deserved any kind of award or anything like that.
It was okay.
Suicide Squad, it was really fucking disappointing, to be honest. At least from my point of view,
I like it better than the one before it, the one with Khan.
That one was surprisingly.
That one disappointed the fuck out of me.
Well, that's because you've probably watched the original Wrath of Khan and
thought yes, many times.
But
I'm just saying, it's like I don't see fucking Benedict Cumberbatch growing up to be Ricardo Montalban. Dude. I mean, like, those two characters were so night and day from each other, dude. Like,
that's an accurate statement. Yeah, that's you kind of look. It's like, oh, who are they getting to play Khan? Benedict Cumberbatch. I believe it's Loki. I don't believe it was this.
Right.
But basically, Star Trek Beyond lost to Suicide Squad, which is extremely questionable because Suicide Squad had one character in full makeup, and it wasn't even really realistically full makeup the entire time. But it, you know, the whole they made Killer Croc look really realistic, and I'm like, he is a watered down version compared to what he's supposed to look like by what the comic books and cartoons have shown him. Yeah. So fuck you. No, they didn't make him look realistic. They just made him look like a giant black dude in fucking Croc scales. Cool. That's awesome. And then you look over at Star Trek Beyond, and they legitimately transformed several cast members from their normal looking state to something not human. And I'm just like, how the fuck did that one lose? How did that one lose? Multiple characters. That is Idris Elba. We did not realize that was Idris Elba until he spoke. You would have never guessed that was Idris Elba. Anyone who said, oh, you can totally tell it's Idris Elba, you are a lying motherfucker. They even went as far as making his alien face look white as shit with different goddamn features. The only kind of fucking
he bleached his skin. He just bleached his skin.
His lips. That man has got some lips on him. Okay, he has got that black people lips, and like that was the only hint that a black man was wearing that makeup. That was the only fucking hint. And then he spoke, and that's when everybody went, "Oh shit, that's Idris Elba." But enough of the Oscars and how much I fucking despise the Oscars and their goddamn bullshit riggedness. We have news articles. Rigged. Yes, I'm going to make up words as I go because I don't English.
They're riggers. No. Okay.
Dude, we just saw a new word that can kind of be said and we understand whatever. It's one of those things where it's like you just replaced one letter.
Oh, God. I know.
Oh, Brockus, I have some stories that are going to make you happy tonight, buddy.
Well, that is actually the best part is we have ads that don't make sense, the Oscars, pandering, and Florida naked men stories. Because I'm sure you have some naked Florida man stories.
I have one naked Florida man.
All right, we're gonna start.
It's not complete, but I'm not starting off with naked Florida man.
Oh, okay.
Why don't I start off with Florida mayor charged with shooting at deputies?
What?
Port Richley, Florida. A Florida mayor accused of shooting at deputies trying to arrest him on allegations of practicing medicine without a license has been removed from office.
I feel like
Governor Ron DeSantis signed an executive order Friday suspending Port Richley Mayor Dale Massad. Pasco County Sheriff Chris Nacco says Massad fired on deputies during an early morning raid Thursday before surrendering. No deputies were hurt. The sheriff said Massad has a history of drug use, violence, and threats and owns several guns, which prompted deputies to raid the home. State officials say the 68-year-old mayor was treating patients at home, though he lost his physician's license in '92. Besides legal medical practice charges, jail records show Massad faces 5 counts of attempted murder. Jail records didn't list an attorney for Massad, which means he's getting the public defender.
Okay.
Port Richley is 40 miles north of Tampa. Apparently, it's so tiny.
It's not that I want to. It's I have to. The report says that he has a history of drug abuse and violence and owns a lot of guns. And for some reason, that town decided to make an elected official, not thinking anything would come of this.
It's Florida, bro.
No, man, it's totally cool.
Look, let's let me just go ahead and say this much. Trump is not necessarily a criminal. And when I say not necessarily a criminal, I mean we don't have enough evidence to show that Trump is an official criminal, even though he has most likely done.
Most likely a criminal, yes.
I'm not saying he has, and I'm not saying he hasn't. I don't know Trump on a personal level, but we elected him, and almost everyone who was Democratic, liberal, on the left, a leftist, SJW, and even a handful of fucking Republicans all treated him like he was a fucking criminal. But here's the thing. He doesn't have a history of violence. He doesn't have a history of drug abuse, again, that we know of. And he doesn't have a fuckload of guns. In fact, until he actually was running for president, he was pretty much a Democratic liberal for the majority of his fame.
Thing in the chat makes a good point. He says drug abuse and history of violence is a prerequisite for being in Florida politics.
You can't become a Florida official unless you've got a history of violence and drug abuse. We're not going to vote for you because we don't think you're one of us.
Fucking outsider, doesn't even have a fucking naked Florida man story of his own. He's not one of us.
Oh
look, unless you have been blitzed off your ass going 68 down the fucking freeway because your girlfriend tried to kill you with her car and you grabbed onto the hood for dear life and didn't know what to do after that. Well, son, you're not a Floridian.
Floridian.
What the fuck?
I still think that's hilarious.
It's probably one of the best stories they've had, and they've had multiples of those. But the point is that this elected official previously had a history of this, and he still got into office. I'm really starting to think people are not paying attention when they vote. I'm just saying. I think people are just marking boxes because someone told them to. You're going to go ahead and mark that box there on the left. Why? Because we fucking said so.
Right.
Oh, God. Politics. They're fucking wonderful. All right. Well, anyways, we're going to go ahead and move away from one of the Florida man stories because we're going to eventually want some good-ass naked Florida man stories because we got one every week, and it is glorious. And right about now, I wish I
do have a naked Florida man story this week. We'll get to it next. Coming up next.
Coming up, naked Florida man. But before that, we're going to go over to Sestra and find out what we have in the land of sweetness and cuteness and kindness and all that good shit.
Oh, we actually want something good first? Oh, shit. Let me find that one that I was able to find this week.
You didn't have any?
Dear God.
I have a good one for you. Here, I'll throw it in the... You can have this one.
I literally only have a one. It's cute. I mean, it actually is really good. Like,
there's
I don't
another
know.
one for you.
Do we know if anyone is running for president in Florida? Because I'm going to tell you right now, that person automatically has my vote.
President of Florida?
Yeah, no. Do we know of any presidential candidate who actually is
running out of Florida?
Yeah, because if that is the case, that person automatically has my fucking vote because we already elected Trump.
You want a Florida man president?
I want a Florida man president. I want
a president who gets drunk and start shooting a handgun wildly in the air in the garden of the White House in his underwear.
I'm tired of this planet as is. You know, I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Naked Florida president story.
That dude will blow us up. I'm just saying, bring on the apocalypse. but enough of that for right now. We'll get back to President Florida man. We'll get back to that at a later date. For now, let's get into one of the stories that Sestra has for us. Sestra, what do you got for us?
You know what? I think I'm actually going to do my story first and then this story later to run into it, just because it'll work great later in the show.
Okay.
With another one that we got going on.
Do you think we should do the usual end on a happy note or end on a tearjerker kind of thing?
Sure. Actually, yeah, that one would be good for this.
Okay.
Like, really good. So the one that I got, which is still really good, especially if y'all like to work out, or if you don't, or if you can just appreciate somebody who fucking busts their ass. Michigan powerlifter heroically lifts vehicle pinned on top of man after an accident.
You hear that, people? We already have Spider-Man. All right, the MCU is coming
alive. A Michigan powerlifter was hailed as a hero last week after he helped a man who was pinned underneath a 2-ton SUV. Ryan Belcher, dear God, you poor thing with that last name.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate last name for a child growing up.
Right. 29.
Well, that's
At
probably
the
why
end,
he's a strong man. Because anybody makes fun of my name, I'll just break their
right?
spine.
29 years old, was at the end of his workday Thursday when he heard a loud crash outside. He explained on Monday that he noticed a Jeep Cherokee flipped upside down. He rushed out toward the wreckage. When he got there, he found a man trapped underneath the vehicle calling out for help. When I first approached the vehicle, there was a good 4 men there, and they were all trying to move the vehicle. I had seen it wasn't happening, and I figured what better time now to use what I know I can actually do. Belcher,
I pick things up and I put them down.
right? He's a fucking beast. 350 pounds with the ability to squat 950 and deadlift another 800. Noticed he could get some leverage on the vehicle to try and move it off the man whose lower body was still inside the vehicle and his upper body smashed up against a speed limit sign. Right? I just jumped right in, he said. I seen a window that was broken out of the back of the vehicle, and I knew that if I can swing the vehicle in a certain direction, I can free him from that pole. So I just stuck my arms in, and I don't know, I just grabbed it, lifted it up, and started pushing. All I heard was, "That's enough, we can get him." The man Belcher saved and another woman suffered serious injuries in the crash. No fatalities were reported. Belcher said he met with the man and his family on Sunday and was praised for his heroic actions.
Not all superheroes wear capes. Just
right. I'm like, that guy's a fucking badass.
Some of them deadlift 800 pounds.
I wish I had like a soundboard or OBS so I could run sound effects and some shit, because I would just call him the Bamf of the Month and have like some kind of pre-recorded thing. Bamf of the Month!
I was just
hitting
like,
on the guy, Brock.
damn.
You've seen a picture of him.
I don't need to.
You're so damn thirsty.
A little bit.
Damn.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all know the difference between like a power lifter and just like a weightlifter.
I do.
No, this guy is fucking burly, like one of those guys where you walk past him and you think he's just a fat man. No.
No, a power lifter are typically some of the roundest, most rotund-looking human beings you will ever come across. But these motherfuckers have the strength of like 5 bears within them, and you don't want to really piss one of them off, because one punch from them, if it makes contact, will probably shatter a bone or 2 or 20, depending on what it is. Thor Bjornsson. The man who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones, or at least he's the second actor who plays the Mountain, because the first actor they had was somebody else, and then I think it was in season 3 or 4 they brought in Thor. Thor could arguably be considered a power lifter because he is considered to be the strongest man on the earth. And that's because he's actually achieved a powerlifting goal that has not been done in, like, I think 100 years.
Fucking craziness.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. He's also fucking massive. If you go and look up the Mountain and his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I've seen.
That's a hell of a... That right there is... How is that poor woman still walking, is my question.
That's hot.
that average size woman, you know she's average size, is standing next to a giant of a man. When people talked about the biblical story, David and Goliath, Thor would have been Goliath.
Yeah.
I knew you were thirsty, Brockus.
No, I admire this man. He is fucking amazing. Have you ever seen his sparkling water commercials?
No.
What?
Okay. So one, Thor Bjornsson actually owns his own vodka brand. I'm not even shitting you. He actually owns a vodka company. But around the same time that I had found out about the vodka thing, prior to this, actually, I found out about the vodka after this. Tor Bjornsson was doing a commercial for a company called Fizzy Bubbles. And basically, it's a weightlifter or power lifter's brand of like, sparkling water or some shit like that. Essentially, it's just carbonated water. And it was called Fizzy Bubbles. And their bottles are designed to look like curling bars. And
okay, that's adorable.
Yeah, and he's actually in the commercial, and he's carrying the heaviest ones that they have. They have like, I think it was like 2 kilos, 5 kilos, and 10 kilos, which if you can actually just go on Google and look up fucking, the weight converter, you'll figure out that that's actually a fuckload of weight. But anyways, well, not a fuckload of weight. It's just, it's pretty goddamn heavy.
It's enough.
He does this commercial.
That's what she
hilarious. Said. And then shortly after that, he does a couple other commercials because apparently Tor got convinced to instead of like continuing to stick with the Fizzy Bubbles and shit, that brand, he actually went with another company who also did sparkling water, but they don't have plastic bottles. They have a reusable glass bottle, I guess, or it's a hard plastic bottle. It's basically reusable. And it's a do-it-yourself machine where you basically put the water in. It, of course, filters it, and then it pours out into the bottle a sparkling water. And the slogan for it is "Fuck plastic bottles." Not even kidding you. Fuck plastic bottles. That's an actual commercial that is allowed to cuss, and it's on. You can only find it online because you cannot get that with the uncensored version on air or anything like that. But like, look it up online. It's fucking hilarious. And then there was a follow-up commercial to that right around Christmas where Tor dresses up as the bodybuilder Santa Claus, and he scares the shit out of fucking shoppers in that particular grocery store who are trying to get a big pack of the bottled water. He says, "Put the water down," and he comes out and he convinces them to buy his machine instead, the one that he's actually now the spokesperson for and stuff. And as he's walking away at one point, the last one he does this to is an old lady, and he says, "Fuck plastic bottles," and the old lady says, "Yeah, fuck plastic bottles," and I'm like, what the fuck?
That is amazing.
So
I love when little old ladies cuss.
It's adorable.
It's the cutest thing.
But if you guys have not experienced this, go fucking look it up. It's amazing. I love these commercials. They are some of the best fucking times I had just looking at random commercials from Europe and shit. And Tor Bjornsson is fucking amazing. Like, not only is the dude in some shit that I actually think is fucking awesome. I'd love to be in Game of Thrones. But he's also pretty fucking funny. Like, he would be amazing if you put him in like a comedy movie where he's this giant delicate flower. Who wouldn't die of laughter hearing Tor Bjornsson, looking at the size of him and stuff, and he's just like, "I just want to watch unicorns and eat cookies." Who wouldn't want that? I would fucking lose my shit.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
oh gosh,
so we're gonna go ahead and move on to one of my stories here, and I've decided that we're gonna go ahead and start with CNN, something from CNN. But I'm looking through this list because
we have to.
Yes, we have to. I'm trying to find something that is not. Ooh, okay. How about this one? From the world of entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, I give you
not Jussie Smollett.
No, it's not. It's not Jussie Smollett from CNN's perspective because that's extremely biased. No. It's R. Kelly.
Bad enough.
R. Kelly fails to make bail. With as much money as he has, he failed to make bail. Okay. Child support, overdue rent among his many money problems. Wow. Okay. I should have kept reading that headline. So, yeah, R. Kelly.
He needs to kickstart his career again. He should probably piss on somebody else.
I think he should piss on the judge. See how that works for him. Like if he pisses on the judge, it's probably going to be an adult man. So it's definitely going to change the perspective of like, well, he only pisses on little kids. But at the same
he didn't piss him off, but a bats.
God damn.
With the dry ass jokes tonight.
Why, sister? Why are you like this? Chicago CNN. Oh my God. Sorry.
What now? What happened?
Chicago CNN is the one who actually wrote this. Their branch from Chicago is the ones that covered this. And I'm thinking, is it because if you do anything that is related to Jussie Smollett, you gotta just have to make one paragraph saying Jussie lied, he's a piece of shit, we're sorry, fuck, I'm fired.
Pretty much.
By the way, just want to go ahead and point out, and by the way, I do have an actual Jussie Smollett article that I'm going to be reading later, but it's from Louder with Crowder, so don't be too upset with that. I've actually been enjoying what has happened with the Jussie Smollett. I'm gonna just fucking Jay Smollett. Just gonna call him Jay Smollett. I don't give a fuck anymore. What the fuck? Oh, CNN likes to play random videos, and it scared the shit out of me. Anyways, the Jay Smollett story has been very interesting in my opinion because at one point you had people just consistently saying believe Jay Smollett, believe Jay Smollett, believe Jay Smollett, and then it came out that he fucking lied and that he actually was the one who orchestrated it. So all of a sudden most of those people kind of hung their heads in shame and were like, all right, well, fuck him. He's a piece of crap. He's a dirtbag. And the internet just in one night suddenly agreed Jay Smollett's a piece of shit. And it just stopped the fighting for just 12 hours. The fighting stopped.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, it stopped from what I could see on that particular subject, at least. And for the briefest amount of time, everyone stopped fighting on this one topic, and either they went completely fucking radio silent because they realized they fucked up and for some reason can't actually acknowledge they fucked up, or they came out and they said, yeah, we were wrong, fuck him. And it was just an amazing thing. It was just amazing. I thought it was really interesting. But it was
that's cute. But it's wrong.
Back to R. Kelly being a piece of crap himself. R. Kelly, one of the most successful R&B acts of all time, was still in jail Sunday afternoon after he failed to immediately produce the $100,000 in cash required to make bail.
Dude.
How, though? He's rich. Unless they sets, he would be able to make that like happen in an hour.
You can still have been rich, invested badly, or burnt through your fucking money really quick, especially when you're fighting off a bunch of other cases.
Fair enough. A judge in Chicago set Kelly's total bond to $1 million on Saturday, a day after he was indicted.
Indicted.
Why is the C silent?
Anyways,
indicted on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse against 4 victims, 3 of whom would have been underage at the time of the alleged crimes, according to prosecutors. For anyone who might be talking shit on me, because I can't actually see the chat right now, but anyone who's talking shit on me about the indicted thing, look, I've only ever said the fucking word. I've never actually seen it on paper, and if I have, it's one of those things where it's like, for some reason,
you just saw what you wanted to see. I told you were thirsty, Brock. It's the evidence is piling up.
You're just seeing this word.
You're just seeing dick wherever you look.
It's not dick. I'm not looking. I'm not fucking. I'm not Lionel. Okay. He's the thirsty one.
Oh, I bet we're just as the night progresses, the evidence will keep piling on and piling on. I'll just point it out to you every time it happens. You won't even notice until I point it out.
You're just being mean.
Aww.
This Dr. Pepper is strange. Tastes strangely enough like some kind of a cake, and I don't know how to feel anymore. Because that's just.
Wait, did you say your Dr. Pepper tastes like cake?
Yes.
Are you sure you're not having a stroke?
I may have been.
Are you sure that?
No, it's
sure?
It's Dr. Pepper again. It's just for that first initial sip out of the can, I was just like, why does that not taste like Dr. Pepper?
Are you sure that you didn't mean to say it tastes like cock? Just wondering.
Stop it, guys. Stop hitting on me. You're mean. I feel real mean right now. Don't do it. No bully. Why do you do this?
Okay.
Kelly's bond was set at $250,000.
Why is he in jail again?
Because he failed to actually pay shit that he was supposed to be paying. Okay. Apparently, his official
he's going to jail because he's broke.
Basically, he's going to jail because he has a fuckload of sexual assault cases against him.
He's R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's R.
Kelly. Fucking broke.
And
settlement after settlement after settlement.
A judge in Chicago set his total bond to $1 million on Saturday, and he has to pay it in installments. But because he couldn't actually pay the initial installment, he went right back to jail. Kelly's bond was set at $250,000 for each of the alleged victims.
At least he gets to piss on people there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's R. Kelly. He's getting pissed on right now because I don't think this dude is actually tough in any way of that word. Like, he probably.
Yeah, but famous people still get a pretty easy time in prison.
Not when it turns out you're in jail, and part of why you're in jail is because you fucked around with little kids.
That is true. Yes, that is. Did he fuck around with the little kid? I thought he just pissed on one a long time ago.
The first time he saw a court, the inside of a court for these alleged accusations was, when he pissed on an underage girl. But that wasn't his only fucking.
But is that part of this? Is what I'm wondering. Like,
no, that's not actually part of this. Again, he was acquitted of that particular case. However, there have been multiple other cases that have come forward. He also apparently, when Aaliyah was underage and still with us and everything,
I heard about that.
Try to convince Aaliyah to marry him, all that shit.
She was like 15, right?
She was like 15, yeah. So, you know,
hey, Brockus, I love those dogs your neighbor has.
Yeah, my neighbor's dog is wonderful. Do you guys want chocolate? Oh my god! I thought they actually suddenly realized, no, that'll kill us, bro. But no, their dogs are stupid.
Yeah.
All right. I'm most likely gonna have to actually, continue to try to keep it down despite the fucking annoyance in the background. I'm gonna keep going with this article, and then I'm gonna put myself on fucking mute. To leave police custody, he's required to pay 10% of the total or $100,000. He didn't. Steve Greenberg, Kelly's attorney, told reporters after Saturday's bail hearing that he was very happy with the bond. That it seemed fair and reasonable given the allegations. But Greenberg said his client really doesn't have any money at this point due to mismanagement, hangers-on, and bad deals.
See? Told you.
I guess, okay, mismanagement. He should not have whipped his dick out in front of underage kids. Hangers-on. He should not have pissed on these underage kids. and bad deals. He should have known that these underage kids would not have kept silent the entire time. Once they had gotten some money, they were going to want more money later. You dumb shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, he added Kelly would ultimately be able to come up with the required $100,000. He's trying to get it together, Greenberg said. He doesn't have it sitting in the bank. Illinois does not have bail bondsmen, Greenberg pointed out. Wow.
What?
I guess Illinois is one of those states that is actually devoid of a bail bonds company. Like, you wouldn't be
I
able
will
to go.
never go to Illinois. I will never get in trouble in Illinois. Oh my gosh. Wow.
You know, and here's the funny thing people don't seem to understand. You can still have somebody who's out of state go to a bail bonds place and then have that fucking money wired to you, and it gets to you. But it's going to take time because it's got to be wired to you. So it's weird. It's weird, I know, but there are ways around shit like that. Singer owes thousands in unpaid child support. But R. Kelly's money problems don't stop with his bail. According to the court documents reviewed by CNN, Kelly owed more than $169,000 in unpaid child support to his ex-wife of February 6th. The court ordered Kelly to make a monthly payment of $20,833 on January 8th, 2009, but Kelly failed to show up to that hearing, per court documents. He was probably busy pissing on another little girl. To avoid being held in contempt of court, a judge ordered he pay $161,663. Why are they fucking doing weird numbers like that? Who's really going to pull out an additional $3 on top of all of that fucking money and just be like, well, here's your extra $3? No, just leave the fucking last two blank or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, that should be a zero at the end. There should be no other fucking number there but a zero. $169,000. Okay, yeah, fucking solid. 2,833. Really, nigga, you want just another $3? You really want to get that 7-layer burrito from Taco Bell, huh? Okay. By March 6th.
Burritos.
I'm not talking shit on 7-layer burritos, but I am saying if you've got $3 and you're hungry and you've got a good Taco Bell that has it under $3, you might want to go and get a 7-layer burrito.
Get a fourth buck and go get the 4 for $4 at Wendy's.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Greenberg told CNN his client does not have to pay the child support before getting out. The state is trying to make him do that, or they were, Greenberg said, but the judge said no. Okay, so he doesn't, that's not that big of a deal, obviously. Then fucking, there was really no point to that, just pointing out he's got other money troubles. You know, it's not a priority to get him out of jail, but he's got other money troubles, people. Singer also faced eviction from his studio. That's fucking funny. Kelly also risked eviction from at his Chicago studio last month because he owes more than $166,000 in unpaid rent. Jesus, Kelly, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Court documents
mismanaging his money.
Again, he needs to stop pissing on kids. Court documents show a judge signed an eviction order in January. The documents show Robert Kelly needed to move out on or before January 21st. But Kelly was still at the studio minutes before he turned himself in to police on Friday night. Again, probably pissing on another little girl. The eviction process began in July 2018 when the landlord, Midwestern Commercial Funding, LLC, said Kelly defaulted on the lease by initially failing to pay more than $79,000 in rent. The back rent continued to pile up, and the judge finally signed off on an eviction. In January, a judge ordered the second floor of Kelly's studio, which was being used as a bedroom. Oh no, Kelly. To be closed because it posed a fire hazard. Okay, look, I'm just gonna. That was a joke. I'm pretty sure now that my joke is actually a reality. Like, he probably was legitimately pissing on another kid. The judge also limited Kelly's use of the buildings to between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., a decision Greenberg slammed in a statement on his Twitter page, in which he compared Kelly to Ludwig von Beethoven. Are you fucking kidding me? Sigmund Freud and Winston Churchill, whom he said worked and wrote at night. Oh. You know,
wow.
There have been a lot of famous people who have done stuff like that. Are you gonna actually come compare him to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck because they wrote the script to Good Will Hunting, and part of it was at night. Just saying. The area was only zoned commercial and not residential. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, which reviewed court documents in Fulton County, Georgia, Kelly also owes a Georgia property management company more than $31,000 in past due rent payments for 2 homes in suburban Atlanta. Okay. I got it. I have had financial problems in the past. I have never had this kind of a financial fucking issue. I'm not that great when it comes to money management. I have had issues in the past where I see something, I want to buy it, and I don't think, hey, maybe don't spend that $20. That's just how I am.
I always spend that $20 too.
It's annoying because sometimes you just like, man, but I'm really fucking hungry and I don't feel like making anything for dinner. So you take a 20 out and you spend a little to get that fucking number 7 over at Jack in the Box. And then you go home and you eat. But then you are a little thirsty later on. And you're like, I should go to the store and actually get myself some water. Go to the water, and right next to the water, maybe you see fucking several 2-liter bottles and you're like, I should also get some of these as well. You walk out with your water, your 2-liter bottles, and then you think, I should have something to snack on when I'm fucking eating these goddamn sodas, or when I'm drinking these sodas and having this water. Hey, how about some chips? You go back to the store and you get some chips. Basically, $20 turns into $40, turns into $60, and you basically look at yourself in the mirror and you go, why are you like this?
Right.
Truth be told, I'm not going to continue with this article, even though there is one more part to it. It is prosecutor alleged victim has shirt with Kelly's DNA. Because let's be honest, we already knew that was actually going to happen.
He's got a blue dress, huh?
She's got a blue dress, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's not toothpaste.
Oh, God.
So we're just going to go ahead and leave the article at that point. And that is R. Kelly completely fucking himself over because he's just dumb as shit. Moving on from that particular story, we're going to go ahead and move on to another particular story. I don't know which one we have, but I think Robert.
Oh, we're going Naked Man.
Florida Naked Man time. Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Florida Naked Man. All right. Naked man causes disturbance at Oakland Park Walgreens. Oakland Park, Florida. A man causes disturbance at an Oakland Park Walgreens after running into the store in just his underwear. Broward Sheriff's Office deputies apprehended the man at the Walgreens near North Andrews Avenue and East Oakland Park Boulevard Tuesday. This guy just came running into the store in just his underwear and shouting, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't shoot me! I don't want to die!" said witness
What the fuck?
Cell phone video footage showed a clerk pulling down the shutter at the pharmacy counter after asking if anyone at the store had a gun. Investigators said the man, now fully unclothed, then jumped over the counter. Confused employees tried to calm the man down as he paced through the pharmacy area. He kept saying he didn't want to die. "Don't kill me, don't shoot me." He was in there stripping and rolling, just carrying on, said Thompson. "I'm just happy that the cops are here. I feel safe. They're doing an excellent job." The employees remained inside the closed pharmacy until deputies arrived. Witnesses said the man told them he was being chased. At one point, he threw himself on the floor. No injuries were reported. The man was Baker acted to receive a psychiatric evaluation. I don't know what Baker acted means, but I'm guessing that is a government-imposed psychiatric evaluation. If you meet a certain crazy criteria.
I mean, there's a good possibility of that, but how does one go from holding people up at gunpoint to suddenly being naked and holding people up at gunpoint?
Well, I'm just glad he was crazy because you never know if you're going to be in like some kind of fucking true life situation You know, or maybe not True Lies, or, you know, just some fucking crazy situation where some dude comes running in, says he's being chased, and then like 4 armed men with guns come in and start blasting everybody because the guy has
Oh,
the disc or something. You know, he's got the disc or the flash drive or the you know the Will Smith character planted fucking some evidence on him or some shit. I don't know.
that was that in True Lies? Did they remake True
No,
Lies? 'Cause I don't remember that part.
I just said True
Ow!
Lies as some kind of weird action movie setup.
No,
I didn't
fair
mean
enough.
specifically True Lies.
And that was the whole, like special agent CIA spy operative type movie, even though it wasn't that great. I mean, it was decent. I'm not gonna lie. True Lies was actually decent.
Oh, True Lies was fucking awesome, dude.
I wouldn't say it's awesome.
It's awesome, dude.
If you
that
compare
is some peak Schwarzenegger. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's it. That's peak Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry. Have you not actually experienced Conan the Barbarian or Conan
Oh
the
yes,
Destroyer or Conan the Conqueror?
that is the early Schwarzenegger.
That is early Schwarzenegger, and he has never been better than the Conan movies, sir. Except for maybe Predator.
That's pretty good. But there was a time in there, Total Recall, True Lies, where it as far as like American action movies go, dude, it was just all Schwarzenegger.
I may have
True
to.
Lies is in there, and you can't tell me Jamie Lee Curtis isn't totally fuckable in that movie.
I masturbated to that a few times. I'm not even gonna hide that fact.
I know, but Jamie Lee Curtis is also in that scene, and you can't even see Arnold Schwarzenegger anyway, so I don't know why you're masturbating to him.
I am so glad
he's in shadows the whole time, so why are you fapping to Schwarzenegger?
Oh, I threw the fucking joke out there, and I didn't expect you to completely fucking.
I don't know about you, but if it were me, I'd be fapping to Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, I loved where you took it. That was too fucking good. Thank you for that, Rob. That was fucking amazing.
Sorry about that. That was too fun.
That was definitely too funny.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and check up on the Oscars real quick because I wanna know who won these awards. Because you got to.
3.
Okay, stop fucking loading the goddamn page, CNN. You fucking have way too much shit.
All right.
How many M&Ms?
Why don't I talk about the Florida man who was arrested for cocaine stuffed Lunchables?
You know what? Actually, fuck the Oscars. Let's hear about that.
Go ahead and add this one to the Florida man files. 2 Florida men were arrested in Ohio in possession of $84,000 worth of cocaine stowed safely inside a couple of Lunchables boxes. The drive reports. It's all right. It's all right. Cocaine. The drive reports the Ohio State Highway Patrol pulled over a rented Ford F-150 because it was cruising down the Ohio Turnpike in a dangerous manner. The report notes excessive speed and aggressive lane changes, a particularly bad idea given the excessive amount of cocaine and the aggressively dumb hiding place. After ordering the driver to exit the vehicle, the police confiscated a semi-automatic handgun, then searched the truck. That's when they found a pair of suspiciously heavy boxes of Lunchables, which, when opened, did not reveal trays of luncheon meat, crackers, and corn syrup. Instead, it was just Coke. How I wish I could tell you the Coke was stuffed into the little Lunchables cubbies, but alas, no, just Coke. $84,000 worth of Coke in Lunchables boxes. Questions.
Oh my gosh.
Did they eat the Lunchables? And 2,
I don't
why
know.
Lunchables? I guess that's all my questions, actually. In related news, a Florida man fought off a coyote with a coffee mug. Happy Thursday. And that was the article.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No. First of all, they found a fuckload of cocaine in some Lunchables. Could you imagine if this dude if this dude had like a kid or was kind of watching somebody's kid was doing this shit in that house and everything and used the kid's Lunchables to fucking pack his cocaine, but then forgot which one was the Lunchable he put aside for the kid, so the kid goes to school with fucking
He's like
cocaine.
in 4th grade. Like,
Little Timmy is high off his fucking ass, and we have no idea why.
Action movie situation, because then you'd have armed thugs like roaming the fucking halls of the elementary school looking for the kid that has their stash, and it'd be a whole like it could be a whole like fucking Home Alone 3 type situation.
That's terrible, because in my head I'm just thinking of a really horrible fucking scene for SNL where basically
like Kindergarten Cop. That's
oh god.
In my head, little Timmy opens his Lunchable. It's cocaine. He gets really fucking high off of it because he has no idea what it is. So he just starts tasting it. It's like, is this sugar? I don't know. Is it sugar? And then 20 minutes later, maybe an hour later, he's fucking fighting everyone in that goddamn cafeteria because everybody is like a ninja now and he needs to kick everybody's ass. I don't know. He's so fucking high, but then he just starts beating everybody's asses and shit.
Did you ever see Harold and Kumar Christmas? The Christmas one, I think it was the 3rd one.
Oh my god, yes, I did. And
with their friend with the baby, where they walk in, they're at that party, and he's carrying his little infant, and they walk into the room, and there's those high school kids doing coke on that tray, and one of them sneezes all the coke into him and his baby's face,
and the baby's just
the baby's just coked the fuck out, dude.
Oh my gosh.
That was.
You guys are horrible people.
We are horrible people.
That was a hilarious bit. That was a hilarious bit. Come on.
That is okay. Sester, don't even try to pretend like if you heard about a little kid getting high off his ass in Florida off some cocaine and fighting everybody around him, like you would feel like you're like, oh, that's terrible. How did that happen? Then you find out it's because some dumb fuck drug dealer had a shitload of cocaine and accidentally gave his nephew the fucking wrong Lunchables pack.
But not a baby, dude. Oh
no,
my God.
not a baby. I'm saying like a fucking 7-year-old in the 5th grade or some shit.
Still a baby in my mind. Oh my God.
No, he wouldn't be 7. He would be like 5th grade.
So horrible.
It's probably
so sad.
Probably be 11 or 12 or some shit like that.
It's so sad.
But it was the movie, okay? The baby wasn't actually high on cocaine. It was high on sugar. Because they probably gave that little baby a fuckload of pixie sticks. The cocaine of children!
The cocaine of children. Fuck it. Brockus. Jesus.
All right. Well, anyways, it's going to be that time of the night where we actually stop the news for just a little bit and we go ahead and look over to the chat and acknowledge the chat because, you know, they really like it when we acknowledge their presence. Psycho216, what's going on? Object of Hate. Lionel Valentine, nobody said you could come. Get out.
He just got here. It's all good.
That's why I'm telling him to leave because he finally got here. Now you have to leave. Third, what's going on? Thank you for watching. Who else is here? We have Joseph Kerwin. Oh no, he was here for the R. Kelly pissing on babies story. If pissing on underage kids is wrong, then I don't know how to keep them off my lawn.
Oh gosh.
And then we got Lionel Huge Penis Valentine in the chat. We got Object of Hate. How's it going, everybody? Smash that like button for Brockus. He needs emotional validation.
Hold on, no. What I need right now is, and exactly what I'm doing. I am. I'm going to take a snippet tool. I'm going to snip this comment that Joseph Kerwin has fucking made here because it needs to be shared.
Which comment? Which one?
It's if pissing on underage kids is wrong, then I don't know how to keep them off my lawn.
Oh my gosh. Well, apparently you can just put up a electrified fence. But don't piss on the electrified fence.
Says, beware of urinating old man.
Go ahead, save this. I will share that after the stream because that's something that I need to share. I love how it ends.
Object of Hate is kindly pointing out that we're still losing subs. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That we're still losing what?
Subs.
Oh, yeah. That's going to happen because, either people don't give a shit or don't want to watch, whatever the case is. I don't care.
Any excuse for no show last night? He's asking. What happened to the show last night?
I don't know. I was waiting around for Schmeckel to say, "Are you guys ready to stream?" or give us a link or something. But I think Schmeckel has basically been having more and more early mornings and such. He's been pretty busy lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chances are he had some stuff that he had to take care of and could not actually be fucked to really do another stream.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Oscars, Creed 2 didn't come out soon enough, did it? I just watched the shit out of that movie. That movie should get a fucking Oscar.
I did not watch Creed 2 only because I forgot it came out in theaters.
It's fucking amazing. It is so good. It might be my favorite Rocky movie, right underneath Rocky 2.
You have problems, bro.
Why? Why is that?
Because
you haven't even seen the movie.
Okay. I've already had this discussion online a couple of times, but I understand that Creed and Creed 2 are in the Rocky franchise and that they are essentially connected.
I know they're spin-offs.
I don't put them in the same category as Rocky movies because of the fact that this is Apollo Creed's son.
Yes,
that's it.
But okay, so we got Creed 2 with Ivan Drago training his son and Rocky training Apollo Creed's son. I don't understand how you can't put that in.
I'm not saying it's
everything
bad.
About it is based off the Rocky movies. You can't have that movie without Rocky movies.
Look, okay. 4. Again, I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it is not actually a part of the franchise as a whole. Clearly, it fucking is because the story is coming back around. The point is, however, I don't count it as a Rocky movie because it is clearly a Creed movie. They are in the same world. They are a part of the same franchise, but they are two separate entities because there's Rocky movies and there are now Creed movies.
Okay, fine. It is so far the best Creed movie. Creed 2 and Rocky 2 are the best ones. Does that satisfy your little fucking intersectionality there, Bragas?
No, I'm not. That's not intersectionality, you fucking asshole. Otherwise, I would actually include it in the Rocky movies and be like, Creed 2 is the greatest Rocky movie of all time. Even though it's not fucking Rocky.
I was referring to intersectionality in its ability
Dumbest form?
as it's used to actually exclude people, not include them.
No, that's but at the same time, you use intersectionality to clearly isolate the fuck out of anyone who actually sees that as just an insult. Because again, if you're saying Creed 2 is the best Rocky movie, then you're being a piece of shit at that point. You're basically saying, okay, so the Rocky movies have nothing to do with Rocky movies. Gotcha. The only reason that we give a fuck.
It's just another generation, but it's totally like, I mean, I know it's called Creed 2. It's not called fucking like Rocky 13 or whatever fucking number they're up to now.
Well, again, the reason why they were all Rocky movies and why it was Rocky Balboa was the final Rocky movie and everything is because the fucking story revolves around Rocky Balboa. Creed revolves around Adonis Creed. How hard is that to understand? Yeah, fucking Rocky's in it. He's training him.
Yeah, Rocky's in it, but it revolves around Rocky. At least half of it. It revolves around Rocky.
No, it doesn't. Rocky takes over. Rocky takes over as the official
cancer thing. The whole how they're both fighting together. The
story still revolves around Creed because even the only reason why Rocky's really a part of it is because this is Adonis Creed, the son of Apollo Creed, the best friend of Rocky Balboa, the connection is obvious, and this was Rocky's opportunity to become Adonis Creed's fucking personal Mickey / Apollo. The only link he really had to his father is the old Italian white man.
Well, anyway, fine.
We're not getting into this because that's
any of this.
It's fine. It's
all
fine.
I know is that out of all those Rocky or Creed movies, it's my second. It's right there on the edge of being my favorite.
Now, look, I will give you.
It got me so hyped. I was up out of my chair, fucking shadow boxing, dude. That movie was fucking hype at the end, dude. That is fuck.
In terms of the Rocky franchise,
fucking get you up out of your seat, fucking cheering and shit.
In terms of the Rocky franchise, okay, not Rocky movies, the Rocky franchise, because it's all within the same universe and shit, and there's a fuckload of movies now. Creed 2 is probably one of the better movies that they have actually made from that franchise. And I haven't even actually watched it, but I've heard so many people saying how much they loved it. And I'm actually a pretty big Rocky fan. Rocky 2 and 3 are two of my favorite movies from the Rocky franchise. In fact, I go back and forth a lot because I can't really decide which I like better, 2 or 3. They're both great.
I always said 2 was my favorite, but I always really liked 4 because I have a huge man boner for Dolph Lundgren. Anything that dude is in is fucking. I love fucking Dolph Lundgren. That dude is fucking awesome.
Talking shit on me for jerking off to fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies, and here you are just whacking it off to fucking every Dolph Lundgren movie you can get your hands on.
I proudly proclaim my Dolph love.
Yeah, Dolph, you be that shitty '80s Punisher. Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, that wasn't Dolph's fault. That movie was shitty. He brought everything he could to that movie.
I'm gonna watch the fuck out of Universal Soldier and jam a butt plug up my ass. By the way, when they remade Universal Soldier or brought the movie back, I felt it was very insulting that they didn't include Dolph Lundgren in the movie and they only used clips from the original.
I did too.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up because, like, I understand the character died and everything, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's character, you know, he actually survived, so he continued to live on and all that stuff. But, like, I don't know, part of me felt like they should have brought back Dolph Lundgren's character, you know, because he was a pretty interesting villain. All right. Anyways, enough just, you know, reminiscing on fucking movies and action stars and all that stuff. We're going to get right back into the news, and we're going to jump back in with a story from louderwithcrowder.com. Chicago Superintendent Spinks Smollett digs at celebrities who supported him. This comes from our favorite writer over at louderwithcrowder.com, Courtney Kirchhoff.
Yay!
Chicago Superintendent Eddie Johnson is, in a word, pissed. He didn't hold back in his press conference about the piece of shit more commonly known as Jussie Smollett. Below are a few video clips of the highlights from the presser, but the whole event is worth watching. Grab your snacks and get comfy. Let's get started at the beginning. Empire actor Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. Yep, he did it all for the money.
Mm-hmm.
All for the money.
I went silent because that popped in my head and I knew someone was going to say it. Just in, Empire actor Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote career. Chicago PD Superintendent Eddie Johnson says. And then there's a link to Twitter where he says that. I think that might be an archive link, which is what I suspected. Read, Jussie Smollett, you're a bigoted, racist, attention-seeking piece of shit. Wow, that's a hell of an article fucking name. Jussie intentionally used racism, and yes, that's probably the catchiest headline I've ever fucking heard. It just kind of gets into your ear and sort of stays there, and you're like, that's a great song. Turn that motherfucker up again. Jesse intentionally used racism and our reaction to it to promote himself, to try to get a little extra moolah in his paycheck. This is why we call him a piece of shit, and we won't walk it back. Then the superintendent gave a little dig to the mindless celebrities and presidential candidates who blindly gave support to the liar Jesse. Oh, see, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. There were a lot of people that were in his defense, and then when all of the real information came out, they went radio silent or hung their head in shame and said, "Yeah, we fucked up. Sorry." They have another link to another Twitter account. This publicity stunt was a scar Chicago didn't earn and clearly didn't deserve. And all the celebrity drones just blindly went with it. The letter Smollett sent to himself, we may need to spend more time talking about that. He clearly watched too many kidnapping episodes from the 1950s Batman or something. The superintendent, Johnson, hit the unfortunate reality of crying wolf. Once again, they have a Twitter link. It's called human nature. The more people fake crimes, the more real crimes are scrutinized. Meaning Jesse just made it harder for real victims of racism and homophobia to be believed. Meaning Jesse Smollett is now and ever shall be a piece of shit. And I 100% agree with all of that. That this is clearly an opinion piece from Courtney, and it's loosely based off of, well, not loosely, heavily based off of the actual things that Chicago PD found out that the assailants had actually confessed to, and so on and so forth. All of this information you can find online. Just go looking for it. It's everywhere. And it's fucking disgusting because this sick bastard used racism and homophobia for personal gain, to get people to stop looking at things that he had just previously done at a nightclub where he apparently hit on another man's man and got his ass kicked for it. He also used this to get a little more money in his paychecks, to have a guaranteed position on Empire. And here's the funniest part. When this whole thing had broke out and it hadn't been discovered that Jesse was clearly lying, the writers at Empire, or somebody over at Empire, had actually said, there's a rumor going around that Jesse was apparently being written out of the show. This is completely untrue, and we would love to we are glad to have Jesse still with us, and we're going to see him more on Empire, blah, blah, blah. Then it turns out he was lying, and Empire went, nope, he's out, fuck him. Fired. Here's one of the best parts, though. I shit you not. I'm incredibly critical of a lot of late night shows right now. One of them, The Daily Show, with Trevor Noah, recently did a spoof video on the Jesse Smollett fucking story. And it is, well, it's not that funny, but still, well, the end was pretty goddamn funny.
I don't think Trevor Noah is very funny at all.
Trevor Noah is really not funny.
It's normie funny.
It is normie funny because, like, the first third, no, I'm sorry, the first 2/3 of the entire clip is just whatever. But when it gets to the part where they're about to commit the crime and everything like that, and the two Nigerian brothers are doing, like, I swear that's when the fucking thing actually got kind of funny, and I was just like, I bet you this is improv. I bet you the writers did not have any control over the direction of this entire scene here, because they took that shit to a level that I was just like, that was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But yeah. Even fucking The Daily Show with Trevor Noah pretty much just turned against you, Jesse. You have fucked up to the point where the left and the right came together for one unifying thing and said, fuck you, bro. Although, yes, there are still some extremists out there that have been continuously defending Jesse and trying to make these stupid claims like, just because Jesse lied doesn't mean that hate crimes aren't real. Well, no one's saying that, you stupid shit. We know and are fully aware that homophobia and racism still exists in this country. Most of us don't like it. Most of us don't perpetrate the shit. And you still keep trying to lump us in with the people that do, simply because we told this one asshole he's a piece of shit for lying. Maybe.
Oh, I know why they're holding on to that theory of he's innocent, by the way.
Because he's a gay black man who's light-skinned but still technically black man?
Nope, there's a new theory about the checks, which they see as the smoking gun.
The smoking gun was the Nigerian brothers who confessed. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. No,
and
but
the fact that he waived a trial.
No, hold on. No.
Right to a trial.
So everybody is saying here, and when the officer was up there, they're all like, well, what evidence do you have? What evidence do you have? And he's like, we got the checks. And so that's why the left is like, no, the checks could be for anything. Well, now their whole thing is apparently those two checks, the 3,500 and then the 500, were supposedly for paying for 5 weeks of training and nutrition plan. Then, so explain to me why he was calling them, why he called them an hour before, an hour after, and once they were in Nigeria. Why did they leave for Nigeria?
I think.
Why would he have called them?
Well, I think the Nigeria thing, I think they were already planning the trip to Nigeria, and they arranged the attack to go down right before they left for Nigeria.
Yeah,
so
but
I think
even so, I'm just like
their flight, their trip.
I'm just like, yeah, no, he's not surprised that, oh my god, his physical trainer beat him up. Plus, like you said, we have his
drug dealer too. He got molly from the guy.
Plus, like you said, they fucking admitted to it themselves.
Yeah. As soon as the fucking cops arrested them, they were like, all right, so we've confirmed that you were the two that we have been looking for from this photo that Jussie Smollett had actually. No, that motherfucker was the one who hired us. He told us to do this crime. Fuck him. Okay, I'm not going down for that gay motherfucker.
Yep.
This piece of shit came up to us while we were working out, and he said, hey, can you do a thing? We got plain red hats. He gave us money to buy hats. He gave us money to buy this shitty rope. Why did you bring the bleach? What is wrong with you?
Well, and here's how else you know that this was a staged attack, y'all. Because anybody who's ever watched crime shows, like, this motherfucker obviously is so self-obsessed that he's never fucking watched a crime show in his fucking life. Number one, you fucking have a burner phone. Just saying. Number two, you fucking... Okay, so you want these guys to do it. Number one, fucking get rid of the goddamn evidence after you're done. To the guys who fucking did it. Why the fuck do you have bleach? Why the fuck do you have the, like, additional rope? Why the fuck do you have the receipts? Why the fuck do you have the magazines? Why the fuck do you still have the stamps? Why the fuck didn't you give somebody else that money to go and get the fucking supplies for you and fucking drop it off? Like, dude. I'm just like, there are so many holes in this that was obviously some fucking retard. Sorry, not sorry, who fucking sat there and was like, yeah, dude, let me write this up. Here's how it's gonna go down. No.
What was that?
I have no idea.
There's some stupid on my phone. Making noise, I shut it off.
Okay.
Right there.
Don't you? No, stop. No. Don't you fucking. I'm not saying those words, and I'm gonna Rob. We're gonna have a
What?
talk later. What's wrong with you? You don't
What's wrong
play
with you?
that evil. You don't play that evil.
It was a parody. It was some dumbass parody. that
Okay,
was
as
unfair.
long as it's parody, but even still, it's too close to the original. And
I know.
I'm not having none of that shit. All right, you can't go to fucking
It's off.
Disneyland without
It
hearing
was
that
on.
song.
It was on for 2 seconds, and it
I
was
don't
my
care.
bad. My bad.
It's fine. Object of hate. I noticed
all right,
Brock
let's move
still
it on
hasn't
to another
spent
story.
$2 on chocolate for the dog. He really can't manage his finances.
I'll buy mad chocolate for that fucking dog. The dog gets all the chocolate.
Do I need to Uber Eats you some chocolate, man, since we're in the middle of the
we
fucking
don't.
show?
I will just Postmates that shit because apparently
Okay.
every other ad when I'm watching fucking videos and shit. Because I will plug the channel in a little bit, but like I've been watching a fuckload of videos from one particular channel just because like I'm just kind of addicted to these people. They are fucking hilarious, entertaining, and I'm a fucking nerd. Every ad is either a Postmates ad or a fucking ad promoting some shitty ass new fucking end of the world type movie that's coming out, and it's pissing me the fuck off to the point where I'm like, because the movie ad plays far too fucking often. And I've actually gotten to the point where I used to despise every Postmates ad that would pop up on any fucking video I was watching. Now I'm just like, oh my God, thank you for coming back, Postmates. How are you doing?
Yes.
It's fucking annoying.
Better than Audible everywhere in between.
Well, Audible is usually a self-planted fucking ad that people will do for their videos and stuff. This video is brought to you by Audible. Go and buy these shitty books. I recommend this one, even though I've never fucking
see
read
Audible
it.
ads, but I see a ton of people are sponsored by Audible.
Well, that's because Audible will sponsor anybody. It doesn't matter fucking who you are. It's just like, do you got 1,000 or do you got like 5K subs? Yeah, we'll sponsor you. We don't give a shit.
It's actually a really good fucking service.
I'm not saying it's not. I actually knew I knew about Audible before people on YouTube were really like advertising it and shit, because I had a few friends who are really into books and shit, and sometimes they can't actually read the books, so they actually buy audiobooks because they have to go on long drives. And they already knew about Audible, and so I thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, hey, my buddy owns that ad or that app.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brock, I think I got about one more story in me, but I'm recovering from surgery. I'm kind of in some pain, and I'm going to have to go.
Okay, that's fine. You can give us one more story.
I got one more story in me.
No, dude, you don't got to apologize. You're recovering. It's like I just got done. Well, not fully done, but I just came out of my own recovery from my shoulder and everything. So I completely understand not wanting to be on streams for too long while you need to recover.
Yeah, it definitely sucks.
Yeah.
All right. I got a choice here. We got stolen rare coins ended up in change machines, or landscaper pretending to be a wounded veteran threatened to blow up a Florida bar after employees would not let him pay his tab with a rock. The
second one, because one, it sounds more interesting, and two, I was expecting those collector's coins to be up somebody's ass. I'm a little disappointed that they weren't.
Jared Simpson has learned firsthand what it means to be between a rock and a hard place when he landed behind bars for allegedly trying to pay his bar tab with a pebble and then threatening to blow up the bar. Simpson, 23, of North Waterford, Maine, was taken into custody in Tallahassee February 18th on charges of making false bomb threats, petty theft, and disorderly conduct. According to investigators, the bizarre incident unfolded at around 4 p.m. last Wednesday when Simpson tottered into the bar on crutches, ordered a Bud Light beer, and then offered the bartender a rock to cover his $10 tab. Wait a fucking second. What bar sells Bud Light for $10?
It wasn't one.
Yeah, I would say that had to be
that
at least four.
That was a couple days tab, if anything.
It says he ordered a Bud Light and then tried to pay his $10 tab after one Bud Light, and I'm just like, that's some shoddy reporting there.
Yeah, from a couple days ago. If you live in a small town, usually you can build up a tab and pay it off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If I'm
I'm
spending,
just saying, one Bud Light does not cost $10, and if you're getting charged $10 for one Bud Light, you were drinking at the wrong establishment, my friend.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no, hell no.
if I'm spending about $10 on Bud Light, it's because I just went to the gas station and got myself a 12-pack. Like, what the fuck? That's who the fuck charges $10? Was this a fucking ridiculously over the top fancy ass fucking bar where just
it's
standing
called the
in the
Fourth
lobby?
Quarter Bar and Grill. It's a little shitty spot.
Yeah, then they should not be charging $10 for a singular Bud Light unless this thing was a 42 ouncer. Then I'd understand.
Yeah, that's a pitcher. Then yeah, maybe.
Did you want a pitcher of Bud Light or did you want just a bottle? Because one's going to cost you $4, the other one's going to cost you 10.
All right. When the staffer rejected the pebble as an acceptable method of payment, the 23-year-old Maynard tossed a torn dollar bill. He tossed a torn dollar bill at a female employee and said he would pay her in other ways, according to a probable cause affidavit cited by the Huffington Post. You gonna miss out on all this, baby girl? Huh?
Oh God!
You want some of old Stubby? No.
Yeah. Feels so gross.
One of my legs was shot off in the war, but it was my third leg. Wink, wink.
Oh God. No. I used to be a tripod, and then they took my leg in the war. What?
Then I took an arrow to the Wii.
Oh no.
In the
that
course
was bad.
We could do this all night.
We really could.
In the course of his stay at the Monroe Street bar, Mr. Simpson reportedly boasted to another patron that he was shot up in the war. But when his new acquaintance, who turned out to be a veteran, inquired which military branch he had served in, the 23-year-old replied, "If I tell you, I have to kill you," the court document stated. After Simpson's rock for beer barter failed, the suspect allegedly left the bar without the aid of crutches and then returned carrying a credit card that did not work. Simpson then left the bar again, only to return later dressed in a gray suit and carrying a briefcase. One eyewitness later told the police he overheard Simpson speaking in tongues. The situation took an unexpected The situation took an unexpected turn when Jared Simpson placed his briefcase on a booth table, opened it, then closed and locked it before backing away from the bag while holding a cell phone and a beeper in his hands. The 23-year-old man warned everyone in the bar, "Anyone touch this, they will die," according to the affidavit. Fearing that the briefcase contained an explosive device, bar staff and patrons immediately fled the premises. Once outside, Simpson was observed doing a handstand near El Jalisco's Mexican restaurant on North Monroe Street.
Fucking idiot.
A police officer who responded to the scene approached Simpson and asked him what was inside the briefcase left in the bar. According to the affidavit, Simpson replied with a smile, "Maybe a bomb or a baby." He then broke into an improvised song about how he was...
Stop.
Yeah.
It may be a bomb or a baby.
It's either a bomb or a baby. I don't know. It could be either one. Huh?
They both start with B.
Yeah. It's either a bomb or a baby. I don't know. He then broke into an improvised song about how he was a rainbow man and how he will not comply with law enforcement's request. In response to the officer's repeated questions about the bag, the 23-year-old suspect stated, "I am my own master. I answer to myself. No police have the right to ask questions." A bomb squad that was called to the scene examined Simpson's briefcase and vehicle and determined that neither contained explosives.
Nor a baby.
Nor a baby. No, they didn't say that. There might have been a baby in there. They didn't say there was no baby.
Gosh.
Just
well,
there
he
was
doesn't
no
have
bomb.
explosives. He said it might be a baby though. Like that's That's kind of the second part of that is, well,
Yeah,
it doesn't have a
let us
bomb.
know, article. Was there a baby in there?
Oh my
Once Simpson was
gosh.
placed in the back of a patrol car to be transported to jail, he managed to remove 3 screws from his handcuffs and free his arms from behind his back. According to his
Oh my
Facebook page,
gosh.
Simpson, who goes by the name The Geek, studied computer IT at Central Maine Community College and has been working in landscaping and snow removal. Over the past week, Simpson has unleashed a torrent of bizarre posts on his wall about his misadventures in Alabama and Tallahassee, interspersed with desperate pleas for cash after claiming his car and phone had been stolen. Simpson shared with his friends how one time he snuck into a Best Western and used to use a computer, how he performed an impromptu duet with a piano player at an exclusive Florida hotel, and how he celebrated Valentine's Day by having sex with a girl he met at Wendy's after he bought her a Frosty.
Sorry. That's great.
When asked by one of his concerned friends what he was on, Simpson replied, "Drugs and hugs."
Aw. Okay, that's kind of innocently cute though. And hugs. The hooker gave me a hug, dude. She gave me a hug
She hugged my
after I
penis
gave
with
her the
her mouth.
frosty. Right.
Simpson reportedly said he arrived in Tallahassee to party with the Rainbow People in the Appalachian National Forest, reported Tallahassee.com. The 23-year-old also ranted on his social media account about police officers repeatedly referring to them as pigs. Simpson's bond has been set at $3,500, but the station WCTV reported that a judge has ordered the Maine resident to undergo a psychiatric evaluation before he is eligible to bail out.
Yeah.
And that is the story.
Good. Wow. What? That's pretty much all I got.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow. It's a hell of a story. Not sure
I
where
like
to
the
go
whole
from
part where he starts singing to the cop.
That dude had a hell of a night. Shit, dude. There's a story for your fucking grandkids.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That is a very, very intricate way of getting out of paying a bar tab.
Brock, you're supposed to check Twitter.
I'm supposed to check Twitter. Why am I supposed to check Twitter? Hold on.
I don't know, but the chat, Lionel's going ape shit in the chat about it. So check Twitter.
DMs or my computer.
Oh no, he didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Be more specific, Lionel. What do we got?
He sent me a tweet from Tom Segura where it's cool guy alert.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wah wah.
Let me see. You know what, Lionel? You can go fuck yourself because it wasn't showing up on my phone, but then I got the fucking still of it. You know, Lionel, fuck you for that one. Don't look at my Twitter, people. You're going to regret it. I might have to block and or beat the hell out of fucking Lionel for that, you sick bastard.
Dirty motherfucker.
All right. Well, anyways. Sestra, do you want to continue going and just call it after your story? Or, well, do you want to continue or do you want to just do your story, the one we're going to end on, and then go from there?
I want to say bye.
You want to say bye?
Oh, well, I am going to have to say
to
bye.
That's what I mean, is I want to say bye to you.
Well, yeah, of course. Rob's going to go, but at the same time, we can also shut the stream down shortly after he okay. Well.
Yeah, well, you guys have an excellent evening. I love you all. Thank you, chat, for showing up.
Love you too.
Love you,
chat. Thanks for coming. Thanks for holding out with us.
Hey, absolutely. I love you guys. Wish we could have gone the whole show.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna help you recover in that very special way, Rob.
Oh, I can only get so erect, Baraka. Stop. I love you guys. You guys have a good night.
Take it easy, man.
You too. Aww. Oh, good buddy.
Yeah. Rob's been having a hard time with that surgery. Reactionary has joined the chat. What do you think about the Oscars? They're rigged. They suck. No one should ever actually celebrate the Oscars. It is probably one of the worst fucking events that Hollywood actually puts together. And I hate it. I also don't like the Grammys. I'm not a fan of any award ceremony, truth be told, because every award ceremony is essentially rigged. I think the only one that's probably not really rigged, at least not 100%, is the Kids' Choice Awards. But you never know. They probably do have, like, who won the big golden blimp? Do they do blimp still? I don't fucking know.
Is that with Nick?
Yeah, Nickelodeon, the Kids' Choice Awards. I don't know if they still do that anymore.
I have no idea. I know, we're old.
I'm old, but no, I really don't like award ceremonies because the majority of the time the award ceremonies are just another way of celebrating mediocrity and pissing all over fucking real talent. People like Kristen Stewart will get an award, and people like fucking Jennifer Lawrence, despite she does an amazing job in movies depending on the movie itself, but a lot of the stuff I've seen her do since like she got really big has just been very underwhelming. She's gotten lazy,
right?
And then like I think one or two projects she's done recently have actually been good, but like the majority of her catalog is just a lot of misses. And so it's just it's unfortunate to consistently see people like them getting one award after another, and it's just like there are more deserving people of that award than you. You know what? Fuck this goddamn thing. And that's something I actually learned as a kid when somebody told me that the Oscars was rigged, and I was just like, no, it's not. But then I kind of over the years saw Leo DiCaprio one year after another not win an Oscar, and I can't remember which year it was that I was just like, wait, how the fuck did he not win? Was when he was actually against
that one was the one with him and amazing comedian who died, first name starts with R, Robin Williams. Good Will Hunting.
That's
should have fucking won an Oscar. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. God damn it. I always got them two mixed up when I was younger. No joke. All the fucking time.
And Matt Damon did win an Oscar that year for that movie.
Did he?
Yes.
No, wait. Hold on.
Yes. Him and Ben Affleck got an Oscar for Good Will Hunting. I don't remember what it was, but they got an Oscar for Good Will Hunting. Oh, wait, no, I think it was specifically Matt Damon got an Oscar, and then years later, Ben Affleck would get his own Oscar for a couple of movies he did.
Good Will Hunting Awards. Okay, so they did. Okay. What one was it then that they didn't? But they should have. Anyways. Either way,
I saw Leo DiCaprio, who was very deserving of several Oscars, not win an Oscar over and over again, and it turned into this massive joke. But like, despite how fucking funny some of those jokes really were, when you see Leo bringing it in one movie after another, and he does a bang up job, like there have been a lot of movies he's been nominated for that really didn't deserve a nomination, and I'll give them that. And just be like, yeah, The Great Gatsby wasn't that good of a movie, to be honest. I guess apparently the book was supposed to be amazing, but that movie was just no. But like there have been other movies in the past, and then the one that gets him the fucking Oscar is where he gets his ass handed to him by a fucking bear, and I'm like, how the
The Revenant. Yeah.
How the fuck? What were you guys just tapped for fucking best actor that year? Like you just, every movie this year sucked except kind of The Revenant. So I guess we'll just give it to him. So fucking weird though. So fucking weird. But yeah, I hate the Oscars. Anyways, what I was actually thinking is that you could actually give us your story and then we would actually close it out early, or we could
talk about the women in combat roles.
Women in combat roles. Oh, no. I was actually gonna cover a couple of stories that were requested by Terry the Bull to cover.
Oh, really?
I forgot. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just go into the chat real quick because I forgot that we were supposed to cover this. It's in the goddamn title and I didn't fucking do it. So
you are a horrible person.
I am absolutely terrible. Okay. So there were two ads that Terry the Bull had actually sent us, and he said suggestions for tonight. And I agreed. I was just like, "Ooh, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and check these out." Now, one of them was Dear Tech, and it was uploaded by Mayamin Bialik. Basically Blossom slash Amy from Big Bang Theory.
The adorable chick with a brain who's also stupid as fuck in some other ways.
Yeah, she
love and hate at the same time.
She's a known feminist. Now, this Dear Tech ad is about a minute long, and it's pretty much these various people who stand there and say, "Dear Tech, you do amazing, fantastic, great things, but you have the potential to do so much more for the world." And if you look closely, aside from a legitimate astronaut and a couple of other people that would rightfully deserve to be in this ad, the majority of the people in this ad who are celebrities are actually known feminists, intersectional feminists, or feminists in general. And it's really fucking confusing because it's like, what's the fucking message you're trying to send here? And it just keeps pushing and pushing, and it's just this stupid thing. Dear Tech, let's champion humans and let's take it to the next step. But when you actually watch it, it kind of has this sort of underlining vibe, like they're trying to convince people to silence others with tech companies. And basically, it's from IBM, by the way. And it's essentially, it gave me the impression that maybe they want to further technology, but at the same time, they also want to be able to sort of subtly silence people from time to time. You know how Twitter will be extremely biased and kick somebody off the internet or kick somebody off of their platform simply because Sargon said something like, "I wouldn't even rape you," as a joke.
Yeah.
Or Stefan Molyneux gets kicked off of fucking Twitter temporarily because he makes a comment at a Democrat.
Yeah, but that fucker deserves it. No,
look, I'm not actually going to disagree with that. Sometimes I agree with Stefan. I'm just like, Stefan Molyneux actually has a good point here, and I definitely have to find myself agreeing with him. But then, like, I would say 7 out of 10 times I'm looking at Molyneux and I'm just like, you know how much of a piece of shit you are? You bald motherfucker. I don't know what it is about you. I think it's not the baldness, but it's definitely goddamn politics on this fucking comment or that comment. Sometimes you take shit too fucking far. I still remember the stream where apparently live on Twitter, Molyneux was talking about burn your Nike shoes and everything like that. And I'm like, no, I paid a lot of fucking money for my Nikes. I have 3 different pairs. Fuck that guy. It was fucking stupid. It was goddamn stupid. And I didn't understand. Like, I don't understand these people's fucking thought process. Maybe Molyneux really isn't being serious most of the time when he's actually saying something that I disagree with. Maybe he's just doing it intentionally to kind of troll people because it's funny, whatever the case is. I don't actually know MiLady on a personal level, but I will say 7 out of 10 times, I'm probably going to disagree with that guy because I've disagreed with him on a lot of things he said. But there have been a few things I have agreed with him on. But yeah, this Dear Tech thing seems to be an advertisement for IBM, but it's essentially backed by known feminists because aside from the chick who plays Blossom, the only other people that I can see that are officially feminists in this is there's this black girl who I think she's got dreadlocks. I think she's a famous musician. And then I think there was some kind of feminist politician. I don't know, but the IBM commercial is very confusing. And then of course one of the heads of the women's march, one of the women who started the fucking hashtag Me Too thing, she's in the commercial, and I'm just like, why are you there? You only got famous for being an outspoken feminist in the hashtag Me Too thing, talking about how you've been sexually assaulted, and everyone in the audience who had a dick took one look at you and said, I don't think that's true. Unless it was a woman. I'm just saying I have a sneaky suspicion you might not be telling the truth about that. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just going to go with it, I suppose. Sure, that thing happened. Like, that's kind of how I feel. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't actually know her life story. I don't know what the fuck has happened to her or anything like that. So the other one is a Nike commercial. Now, this one was really fucking confusing because when I pointed out that, oh, good, ads that don't make sense, and Nike, once again, pandering to the lowest common denominator on some dumbass shit. Also pointing out that they abandoned their sacrifice everything logo that they were doing not a few months ago with Kaepernick. They went straight back to the just do it that they're most famous for. You know, kind of like what Gillette mistakenly did. You know, Nike tries it and realizes, oh, well, this was bad for the business. And then Gillette was, instead of the best a man can get, the best a man can be. All right, Gillette, just stick to your original logo and fuck off with all of this bullshit. Well, Nike did something very similar and started showing females in sports. First female coach for the WNBA. First female who could dunk in the WNBA. Female swimmer who apparently was an athlete in some other goddamn sports. And then, of course, what's the famous tennis chick that was recently in the news because she was crying racism when that's not actually the case?
Was it Serena or her sister?
Serena Williams. Yeah, that's the one. They also had Serena Williams in it and everything because, you know, they have to fucking include Serena Williams. But it's this massive commercial that was talking about how, like, when we cry, we're called hysterical. When we get angry, we're called crazy, blah, blah, blah. And it was just this whole thing. And I'm just like sitting there watching this commercial. And it's like, yeah, okay. You realize I could just gender swap the entirety of this fucking commercial and it would still apply. But you decided and chose to only include women in that entire commercial. What the fuck is your point, Nike?
And guys get called assholes and pricks. And why does everybody just conveniently forget this shit?
Because it doesn't push the narrative. It really does. And I really don't like talking about this shit anymore because, in all honesty, I'm really tired of talking about social justice warriors. I'm tired of talking about blue hairs. I'm tired of talking about libtards and fucking extreme leftists and fucking the religious right and all of these jackasses. Truth be told, I'm just tired of having the same arguments over and over again to people that are clearly informed on what we're saying. They understand what we're saying, but they are either choosing to ignore it or just throw it the fuck out the window because it doesn't help what they're trying to push. I'm honestly tired of having these fucking ridiculous arguments over and over again where I tell people I don't really support these people in Marvel because the way they treat the fans is atrocious. The art is not good. The writing is piss poor. And I'm just tired of getting handed just garbage or fucking just less than great books and being told accept this and think that it's the greatest thing in the world. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these assholes infiltrating every fucking single little aspect of my nerd life that I have enjoyed for decades. But
that you have left.
No, I haven't left any of them. I haven't walked away from comic books.
No, what is left of it is what I mean.
Oh, God, yeah. Right now, fucking the Vic Mignogna shit with Anime Gate. Marvel's still pushing their garbage with Comics Gate. And people who are anti-Comics Gator basically claiming that our side is the racist pieces of shit who are homophobic and they send death threats and harass people and stuff. And then the anti-Comics Gators are actually the ones who are consistently doing that to Comics Gators. And the twisted thing is, what they don't seem to ever actually acknowledge is anytime someone in Comics Gate actually does do these horrible, heinous actions, everybody else in Comics Gate kicks them the fuck out and just disassociates with them. We will disavow you if you fucking go too far with shit. Go ahead and have your little spats online. You don't dox people. You don't harass people. You don't fucking send death threats. And you certainly don't play around with shit like that. These are several rules everybody should be abiding by, but some assholes just decide not to. And then, of course, there's those situations where we have pieces of shit posing as the other side and then just creating an even bigger fucking clusterfuck.
Yep.
So, Gamergate, Comicsgate, Anime Gate. What's the next gate, huh? What's the next fucking tabletop gate? We already had Magic Gate at one point. It came and went real goddamn fast, but it wasn't SJWs infiltrating the fucking thing. It wasn't people with horrible ideas infiltrating Magic the Gathering. It was Magic the Gathering refusing to acknowledge the pedophilia ring that was actually happening under their fucking nose. That's actually a true thing. Go ahead and check out fucking The Quartering if you want to learn more about that particular garbage because, ooh, that dude uncovered a lot of crazy shit.
Right.
Yeah. We have Object of Hate saying, in the UK, some woke female MP, military police, asked in Parliament why the female FA Cup soccer, you could say football, dude, I'll understand, had less money in the prizes than the male FA Cup when their performance is mostly boring. Okay. This has been covered by several UK YouTubers. I think one of my personal favorites was Sargon of Akkad when he covered this. And the reason why is because he broke it down by the numbers and he actually explained why the women get paid less. Bering also did pretty much the same thing, but he actually did it with more jokes and in shorter amount of time. So it's back and forth. But both of them covered this particular story because it is fucking... Oh, member of parliament. Okay. MP over here in the States is military police. Yeah, what pisses me off about this is that, here's the thing. Men are not guaranteed money in their league. I'm not even kidding you. Men are not guaranteed money. They get paid according to their performance. If you're the worst players in the fucking league, you're going to get paid the worst amount, which is going to be less than the actual guaranteed pay line that the female players in their league get paid. I shit you not. The female players have an automatic pay rate, no matter if they win or lose. They never make less than a specific amount of money. every season. They are guaranteed X amount of money every single fucking season. The men's league, they don't have that safety net. The worst players in that league could potentially be paid less than the female players. This is an actual thing that has happened multiple times. Not to mention, the only reason why the men's league makes as much as they do is because it's the one that gets most people in the seats. It has the most eyes on it. It has the most viewers. It has the most people buying tickets. It has the most people buying merch. It has the bigger fan base. It has the bigger following. The women's league is considered boring and not that interesting. Yeah, a couple of years ago, they probably had one of the greatest seasons of all time. And some people wanted to argue it was the greatest season that even the men have ever had. No. No, the men's football league was still back and forth, having a bit of an issue. So they have bad seasons. Let's be honest. They have bad seasons. Every sport has a bad season where it's just kind of boring all year long. It's not that big of a deal. Just because the women's league had one really great fucking season doesn't mean they outperformed the men, especially since the men's league has been around for a couple of decades and the women's league has only been around for 10 years now? 15 years? Something like that. Like half the time. And it's just fucking goddamn ridiculous that people keep trying to push these stupid fucking arguments, trying to say, the women perform better than the men. Not always. Well, why don't the women make more money? They don't have enough people attending their events.
If they had more people, if they had more merch, if they had more sponsorships, where the fuck did these people learn fucking economics from?
They didn't. They attended the economics class, passed the fuck out, and then took a 5-hour energy shot because their hot fucking sociology teacher was the next class.
I never even took it. I just went through being poor in my childhood.
It's fucking ridiculous. That was one of the most infuriating things for me. And I'm not even that much of a big football fan. Like American football, I'm actually a pretty big fan. European football, I love, but I don't watch all that much. I do watch whenever I go to a sports bar and stuff, because typically, not even gonna lie, go to a sports bar. If you're not really that into sports, watch whatever screen has what's going on and everything like that. But go to a sports bar, have a couple of drinks, and then look at all the different screens. Look for the hockey, look for the American football, look for the baseball, look for the basketball, whatever. But you'll notice the one with the soccer or fucking football slightly more interesting. I don't know why, but it intrigues me. I think it's because the extreme athleticism, the amount of stamina and strength you truly have to have in men's football in order to actually be good is fucking phenomenal. I just wished most of the players that take falls would stop looking like a bunch of pansy-ass bitches with goddamn tampons up their asses. It's just so fucking weird. Like, guys, stop looking like the pansiest bitches in the world. We know you're not that weak.
Right.
UK Labour MPs aren't noted for their knowledge of economics. See, Diane Abbott has the most blatant case.
Oh my god.
But that kind of defeats the purpose to be a member of parliament, though, isn't it? Like, you kind of should have a better understanding of economics, since parliament kind of deals with economics a lot. They deal with laws more than anything else, I would say. I think. I don't really know what parliament does. I'm assuming it's very much like the American Senate. But economics is definitely something they should really kind of have a good grasp on, because, can't run a country or a nation in general if you don't understand economics.
Right.
It's like Congress. Okay, so yeah, it's essentially, yeah, they deal in a lot of things that involves laws, and they delegate on what, you know, what the best course is for the future, and it's mostly one side telling the other side they're a bunch of fucking pansies, and the other side tells that side go fuck itself, and the next thing you know, you've got people just throwing their powdered wigs at one another. Oh god.
Right. It's fucking great.
Members of Congress should have a grasp of economics, but we have a $22 trillion debt and AOC. That's probably the most heartbreaking thing, because like the fucking UK can look over at America and be like, "Oh, you think you've got it tough? Look at," and then realize, "Oh my god, both fucking forms of government are in just turmoil right now." Congress sucks right now. We have, and yes, AOC is probably the worst, most unprepared, unqualified politician people have actually voted into office forever.
I think
Like,
the best quote from her this week was, "You think you can do better? Then fucking try," essentially. Where she was sitting here bitching at everybody who was bitching at how the Green New Deal has holes in it everywhere. And she's like, "Well, at least I'm trying, therefore I'm the boss. And if you think you can do better, then you do it." And I'm just like, bitch, don't make me fucking take the time.
okay, if that's how she wants to do this, then I would really like to go and talk to somebody in New York and basically say, wait, hold on a second. So you're telling me AOC is making an open challenge. If you think you can do better, then do it. Okay, well, can I have her position now? Because if that is actually what's truly happening here, if Cortez is really willing to give her seat of power up to anyone who thinks they can do better, I definitely believe I can actually do better, and I will do better. If that is the case, Cortez, I will gladly take your seat. I'm not even kidding. I will go into politics with absolutely no experience, just like you, but a better understanding about half the shit that you fucking talk about, you dumb bitch. You know what? I should stop using that language. Alexandria, I will gladly take your position from you, and I will show you how it's done. Just know
Dear
that
God.
I'm probably going to get a lot of advice from people that actually know what they're doing. I'm going to hit up so many senators, just be like, "Yo, I need help. I do not know what I'm doing. I don't really have a good grasp on this, but I think I would do a better job than AOC at this point." And just about everybody in the fucking world would just be like, "Yeah, there's a probability of that. That's you know, that's."
Well, and there's the thing with the Green New Deal, it has very good bones. It's just the way that it is assumed that it will be or could be executed is what is retarded about it. She honestly,
Look, I'll give her this much credit. I understand what she's trying to do.
and I give her props for that.
Yeah, and
but
I will give her credit. I understand what she's trying to do, and I give her I give her kudos, props for actually trying to push us in that particular future. The problem is, Cortez, you don't know how to get to the end result in the slightest. All you have is a dream for the future and no clue on how to achieve it. You should have spent more time considering how to actually get to the goal. Everybody has an end goal. Everybody has something that they are trying to strive to and towards. And yes, we probably should strive towards a better future where we have cleaner air, cleaner water, better soil, things of that nature. We should actually get to a point where the earth doesn't feel and look and just sound like it is falling the fuck apart because everything man-made is just destroying it and shit. You know, I agree with that.
Right.
But you have no idea how to even get to that actual day. And the fact that you thought that getting rid of farting cows was a great idea, or creating a massive monorail, young lady, you've clearly lost everybody. And anyone who was pushing the Green New Deal did not read it and just simply backed it up because AOC is the left's version of Trump. Let's be honest. That woman pisses the right off more than anyone else on the left, like more than Nancy Pelosi. And Nancy Pelosi is something that's been a thorn in the right side for quite a while. She was even a bigger pain in the ass for Trump recently. So what does it say when AOC is more hated than even Nancy Pelosi or Kamala Harris?
Right.
For fuck's sake, these again, Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, longtime thorn in our side, longtime thorn in the right's side, in the center's side, anyone's side who isn't on the left. These people have been a thorn in people's sides for a while now. AOC just came into the scene and she has more hate than both of those other women combined.
Yeah.
Think about that. She is dumb. She is dumber than dumb. Again, fantastic ideas that you want to get to a cleaner future. Great. I actually agree. I have no idea how to get there.
Yeah, she did very bad reverse engineering of her ideas and thoughts. And yeah, where's the money gonna come from? Oh, tax rebates. Bitch, no.
Where's the money going to come from? We do everything socialist. Your money is going to... Wait, what?
Wait a second. You mean like the $2,000-$3,000 payments that you paid to your boyfriend? Like that kind of money?
That's so goddamn stupid.
You know, the money that you're just fucking throwing at yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
So, we should probably end this on a lighter note.
Yes, let's go. We're going to end this on a lighter note because, like, I think I've infuriated the audience by talking about AOC long enough. Let's continue on. Let's get that last feel-good story out of the way.
So, the feel-good story that our beloved Roberto sent me earlier. Florida man stages a fake DUI trial to propose to his girlfriend.
That is dumb and adorable at the same time.
I know.
Please continue. What the fuck?
Right.
Read the story. I'm going to say the jokes after.
Sorry. As social media continues to eat us alive, marriage proposals are more over the top than ever. Whatever happened to just tossing a ring at someone between Russian Doll episodes and saying, "You want to do this thing or what?" According to New York Post, Florida lawyer Brandon Dents knew he'd have to work hard if he truly wanted to shock his lawyer girlfriend, Jen Letman, with his proposal. So he spent 5 months plotting a fake DUI trial at the Palm Beach County Courthouse, complete with a judge, defense attorney, and fictional defendant. The jury, of course, were 17 of Letman's family members and friends. Letman said the two would regularly watch each other's opening statements, so her being in the courtroom that day wasn't weird. But when Dent started talking about love in his opening statement, she started to suspect that this was no ordinary DUI trial.
Okay.
I wasn't really paying attention until I recognized that one of the jurors looked like Brandon's dad, which I thought was funny. Then I saw my dad, and I was so confused. When I saw my sister, Ah! I knew what was happening and I started crying. Of course, I said yes. You know what they say, you can't spell DUI without IDU.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay. Okay. Again, cute story. Elaborate way to do a proposal. Dumb as fuck, because that kind of gives me the hint that this chick probably been through this before. How am I gonna propose to Susan? Well, how about you stage a fake DUI hearing? Oh yeah, because she's got that other one, and you know she might have been so blitzed out of her mind that she forgot that one. So okay, yeah, no, we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Just like,
No.
oh.
Why can't we go
Right?
back to the good old days when, like, and by the good old days, I mean this only happened a few years ago, but like when people would do the flash mobs at like Disneyland, and that one dude proposed to his girlfriend right then and there, and she said yes. I thought that was fucking cute. Or
Right?
there's that Bruno Mars song that this one dude had his girlfriend sitting in the back of a car, and it drove through the neighborhood really slowly, and like his dad and his or her family pretty much set the whole thing up and everything, I guess. But like, yeah, the boyfriend sat her in the back of the car and made her drive through the entire fucking neighborhood with that song playing, and then like had all these fucking people come out. It was like a marching band who came out. There were gymnasts, there were clowns, all kinds of crazy shit. It was really fucking cool. And it was all based on what Bruno Mars's song actually entailed. And then at the end, he of
Right?
course asked her to marry him. I again thought that was fucking adorable, because these were elaborate,
Right?
cute ways to do this. Not a DUI hearing, you shit. God damn it.
Hey, they're lawyers. What do you expect?
That's fine. You know, it's a really fucking weird thing to do, but whatever.
Just like, when you're both so obsessed with your jobs, the best way to propose is include your job in it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not something. If I was to propose to somebody, it's not going to involve my fucking job or her fucking job. It's the only reason why I would do that is if she needs some kind of like constant gratification or reassurance that she's the best chick in that office, because she comes home and complains about everyone.
No, if she needs that, hopefully you wouldn't be fucking marrying her.
Well, no, okay.
God, what kind of shit would that be putting you through for the rest of your life?
I don't mean that she needs it. I'm just saying, like, if I had a girlfriend who worked in an office and there was some chick there named fucking Amanda who was like, you know, she's the hot girl of the office, and my girlfriend fucking hates Amanda because she's just this fucking arrogant, pompous, hot bitch who really has no other personality other than I'm hot. I would probably go out of my way to propose to my girlfriend in front of that bitch to basically be like, you know, you're still going to be single for the rest of your life because nobody wants you for anything but your body. Like, you know, I would do something kind of like that because she clearly fucking hates Amanda. That's so it's kind of throwing it in Amanda's face. That's why I would do something like that. Not because she's like somebody who demands gratification every fucking day. I don't know. Again, the story is cute, but it sounds really dumb to me. I don't know. But it is adorable.
But for Florida, it's great.
It is. I'm gonna give him that. At least it didn't involve meth this time.
Right. Right.
Well, anyways, I think that is going to be the end of the show. We've gone on for a little longer than the usual 2 hours that we actually do. And of course, Rob actually had to bounce out a little early because he's still recovering from his surgery. Join us in the coming week. Hopefully, we will probably have another hand solo with myself, Semaj, possibly even Schmeckle if he actually does manage to attend it this time, where we will talk about some nerdy shit. And of course, Saturday nights are the typical Snatchcast Cunt streams, where we pretty much, it's just me, Schmeckle, Semaj, and anyone else we bring onto the show, where we talk about fucking whatever is in the news, whatever hot topic and just go from there. Like we usually start with a main topic and then we talk about whatever. And anytime Shemeka walks away, me and Semaj just nerd the fuck out or weeb the fuck out, depending on your perspective on it. But I was going to actually mention another channel, another thing, because I'm a super nerd earlier that I was actually making mention of. For those of you who out there who are actually D&D nerds and don't really want to talk about D&D all that much because you don't want people to think really weirdly of you or that you're just some kind of super freak nerd who just believes way too much in this make-believe shit, blah, blah, blah. But like, you know, you keep it to yourself that you secretly really fucking love D&D. Maybe you want to go to some D&D sessions. Maybe you actually go to D&D sessions on a regular basis. You spend your time in hobby shops and paint miniatures, whatever the case is. I highly recommend you check out the channel Critical Role on YouTube and Twitch. These guys are amazing. Matt Mercer, Liam O'Brien, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Marisha Ray, Sam Riegel, and Laura Johnson. I'm sorry, Ashley Johnson. Laura Johnson, the fuck is wrong with me? Are the members of Critical Role, and it is a D&D group. Matt Mercer and the others are all voice actors. Now, if you've never really known who these people are, but are still a nerd who loves D&D, but probably has always also experienced, say, World of Warcraft, Laura Bailey is the Laura Bailey who voices Jaina Proudmoore. Her husband, Travis Willingham, is the voice of High Exarch Torellian. And Matt Mercer himself is the voice of Rexar, among other voices. These are all voice actors who are in comic book cartoons, various different cartoons, video games, animes, and all kinds of other stuff. They're fantastic at their jobs, and they're quite possibly some of the best fucking tabletop gamers I think I've ever actually seen. Sam Riegel will have you laughing your fucking ass off. Liam and Sam combined will have you fucking laughing and crying because they will make you feel emotions, and then most of those emotions will be like laced with fucking laughter. Seeing Laura and Travis awkwardly flirt with each other sometimes, where it's actually most in season 2. It's season 2 of their stuff, because season 1 was Vox Machina, season 2 is the Mighty Nine. In the beginning of the story, Laura's character kind of has a thing for her husband, Travis, his character. So it's there, and it causes a lot of awkward moments where Travis's character, he sees it, but he ignores it intentionally because he doesn't seem to be focused on a possible love interest. He's just like, we just got to get this done. Very straightforward. Whereas Laura's character flirts with him and says some shit, and it's fucking hilarious, and it's cute and adorable, and it's just, I fucking love these people. But go and check out Critical Role. You will not regret it. Their streams are roughly 4.5 hours, mostly just 4 hours long. They're very nerdy, but they're extremely entertaining. You doing something but want something in the background for like background noise or something like that, but something somewhat entertaining. Maybe you don't want to watch a live stream. Put on Critical Role. Do you want to watch an actual D&D live stream on Thursday nights and just enjoy yourself? 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, by the way. Put on Critical Role on Twitch. They simulcast on Geek and Sundry as well as their own channel on Twitch, Critical Role. These guys are amazing. I cannot actually like express how much I fucking love them, or promote them as much as I want to, but like these guys are great. They've inspired me to take on some new projects, and I'm actually working on a new project with a friend. We have been for a while now, but me and some friends are going to be doing some very similar tabletop gaming shit. I've already do this on a regular basis. If you want to follow me on Twitter at orc_fugitive. Sometimes I actually do remember to send out the link or tweet out the link for the tabletop game that my friends are running and everything. I'm still there in the background, but I'm not playing because of work bullshit.
I had to kill off his character.
I had to
Thinking he was going back to work.
I had to kill off my character because I thought I was going back to work, and then they kept rescheduling my doctor's appointment, and then eventually the doctor still extended my my actual medical leave. So I'm just like, okay, fuck, I don't know what to do now. So yeah, it was just bad timing and just poor planning and stuff. But yeah, so check out the Smoking Dragons podcast on YouTube, and soon enough we will also have the Smoking Dragons podcast Twitch channel up and running, and eventually we will be simulcasting on that as well. We do live streams Friday nights. I think it's supposed to be from 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we usually go about 4.5 hours as well. Somewhere around 11:30 to midnight is usually when we stop actually playing. And again, if you just want something in the background for fucking, background noise, you just want to be entertained, whatever the case is, maybe you're a fucking nerd who wants to actually check this out. Smoking Dragons is currently running a homebrew game, and Critical Role is running 5th edition. Now that I've gotten all the super nerdy shit out of the way, we're going to go ahead and end this shit. Sestra, do you have anything you want to promote?
No.
No?
Nope.
Nothing
this week.
A Twitch that you want to maybe tell people to follow you on?
Hell no. Y'all don't want to fucking see me on Twitch. All I do is sit there and fucking poke around at shit like The Sims.
All right. I mean, you also occasionally post puppy gifs and shit, but, fair enough. Anyways, thank you all for coming and listening to us rant and rave about a bunch of stupid shit. Some of it was politics, some of it was entertainment, most of it was fucking dumb people doing dumb shit.
Yep.
This has been CNN, the Cunt News Network, and we brought you the news that's been brought by somebody else. Good night, cunts, and get the fuck out.